Hi there, welcome again to Fifth Wheelers Australia in Ballarat. Today I'd like to show you the install of the new DT Ram 1500 gooseneck kit. This is to put a 3-inch ball in the back of the new Ram. You've got to build the assembly on the bench and tighten it up. It's a little bit different to the old model. There's not as much access in there to tighten a big torque wrench. So you've got to build it and torque it on the bench. To get it in, you've got to lift the tub off. So let me show you how to lift the tub off. All right, here we are at the back of the DT Ram 1500. We're going to lift the tub up, and we only need to lift it about this much to get the frame in. There's 6 metric bolts, I think they're 15 mil. You want to undo these with a breaker bar. They're pretty hard going, don't use a rattle gun on them. 6 of those to hold 3 each side. The next thing to remove is the rear bumper bar. So the bumper bar is attached with 2 bolts here, 2 there, and 2 in behind the number plate. There's 2 electrical plugs. One electrical plug is this American 7-pin adapter that's Aussie 12. That comes out, and there's a great big socket in here, electrical. It's got a lever action on the top, that white part. You've got to disconnect it and roll it as you pull it out, and that'll disconnect the ribbon sort of cable. That'll get your bumper bar off. Now, the reason we're getting the bumper bar off is because you've got to take the tow bar off, because 2 of these bolts are hidden by these tow bar inserts. These tow bar inserts go in there and the tow bar bolts go through, but they obscure the top bolt for the tub. So you can see 2 of them, but you can't see this one. You run the bolt, the extension bar up there to get this out. So you've got to take the tow bar off to remove the insert to get the last 2 bolts out of the rear. Once you've done that, jack the tub up a bit. Okay, so we've taken off the rear bumper bar and we've taken off the tow bar. Before you lift the tub actually right up, you probably need to drill a hole in the floor. The instructions say to do that first, so drill the hole in the floor. You also need to cut the left-hand exhaust pipe. You won't get the H-frame in with the exhaust pipe in the road. The exhaust it's a full 1-piece weld. It comes out of the muffler through this Y piece and then heads out on the left tailpipe. You need to cut it about 60 mil from that weld up here. Cut the tailpipe off. Use a reciprocator saw. Cut that off. Now, once that's out the road, after you've done the install, we give you this in the kit. You'll slide that onto that 60 mil cut you've done using these nice flat clamps. Then you'll cut the exhaust to suit the amount of length in that, and then you'll join the exhaust. So it doesn't fix your problem exactly, but it certainly helps you do most of it. You'll have to tune in the length of this exhaust to suit it. Then undo this little bolt here, and then you can tune in the tail tip, the chrome tip, to make it look nice once the bumper's back on. Now we're going to build the H-frame on the bench. I'm going to build it upside down so I can show you how to do it, but the important bit is you've got to get it tightened up on the bench and parallel and square. So equal distant measurement, each side like this, there and there. Then we want to do the thin measurement down the side here, make sure that's parallel. And then lastly, a diagonal measurement before you torque it up. Make sure they're within about 1 mil or 2. Then tighten each one of these 5/8 bolts up to 212 foot-pound, and then it's tight and you don't have to swing that bar under the truck. Then pick the thing up, carry it around and slide it in. Now we've got the tub jacked up. We've just used a couple of blocks of wood in between the chassis and the base of the tub to enable us to slide the H-frame in there with the receiver box in it. Now the long rail goes to the back, and the hole in the receiver box is offset. It goes to the back as well. That gives you more swing clearance on your cabin. If you put it to the front, it won't work. Long rail to the back. It's already torqued up. We poke it through, get someone to help, stick it through to the other side. These brackets go on. There's factory holes in there, and you use your fish wire in there. Follow the instructions. Now this is where we get a lot of questions. This front bracket goes on like this. Like that, so it's nice and parallel at the top there, and it's taking a bit of the purchase of the weight. The U-bolt comes in from the rear and it comes through this section here. So the U-bolt ends up from there to there on that angle. So not like this, that doesn't work. It's got to be like this. And then your 5/8 cone locker nut goes on there, and your 1/2 inch U-bolt nut will be next to it. And that, then you put all your fenders back in, your inner covers. Your pull handle will end up coming out just here. This has had airbags put in it, so you might want to bring the pull handle out through there. We give you a longer pull handle, so it reaches out here. So you'll end up with 2 in your kit. You just throw the short one away. So the longer one comes right through, and you cut a little notch out, and that works. Here's a little install tip. Before you lower the tub down, tighten up the 2 big 5/8 bolts on the cross rails. So get them tightened right up, torque them up. And then when you lower the tub back down, this bed seam will sit outboard of the bracket and just clear of the nut. So to get the socket on, you need to have it up higher because you never get your socket on there, and then lower the tub down, and then the neck of the ball receiver will sit through the floor. Well, there we have it. We got the tub back on the DT 1500, and just to finish off, we've got a ADR compliance label that goes on the door pillar on the driver's side, just near where your tow bar sticker is. The 3-inch ball drops into a set groove in the side there, and the spring-loaded handle drops a 15mm pin through there. That holds the ball in place. There's a little magnet there to run over your hole when not in use. And then in the kit comes some chain mounts. The ADR rule says you only need chain mounts for a A-frame trailer. The goosenecks and fifth wheelers aren't A-frame trailers, so you don't need to put them on. If you must put them on, if your trailer's got chains, it's up to you. You don't need them. So in this case, we haven't put them in. So that's the DT Ram 1500 kit for 3-inch gooseneck towing, available at us, Fifth Wheelers Australia in Ballarat, Victoria. Thanks.